What's going on, Bears fans? We've gotten through the NFL Combine, so after receiving more information, it's time to do another mock draft from Bobby. This is Bobby's mock draft 2.0. Y'all know we're going to talk about it and turn up and break it all down, but you got to hear that real quick.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. If y'all tuned in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Now, I'm giving you my 2.0 mock draft, and this is pretty much my train of thought when I go ahead and break these things down. The Bears, they went out and added a lot of pieces to the trenches. And I still think that the Bears should go out there and add more to the trenches. But I got to look at some of the things that have been said, that has been done. So this is my 2.0 mock draft. It's not like the first one to where I went with some of the more obvious moves, but this is something that's going to mix it up a little bit. So you either love it or you hate it, but down in the comment box, let me know why. So to kick things off, at number 10, first round with the 10th pick, I have the Chicago Bears selecting tight end out of Penn State, Tyler Warren. Now, y'all gonna say, Bobby, but Ashton Jeanty gonna be there. Me personally, I don't necessarily feel that confident that he will be there. And my expectation is, and I'm planning for it, just to give it a little mix up with the expectation of Ashton Jeanty might be going to the Las Vegas Raiders. It does not give me much confidence that they are settled in with Raheem Mostert at their running back. And I think that those guys are going to get a running back that can allow Pete Carroll and Geno Smith to do what they want to do. Play hard-nosed football, going to be a run-first team, and to build off of that. And there's no need for them taking another tight end right after they already got the great Brock Bowers. So I got the Chicago Bears taking Tyler Warren. Now, I know there's going to be some pushback with the Cole Kmet stuff, but my train of thought is having two good tight ends is better than having one. And I think that outside of the interior line that Ben Johnson wanted to go ahead and make sure that he shore up for Caleb Williams, I think he wants to give Caleb Williams another security blanket. This guy, Tyler Warren, got hands, bro. As my man C-Dub say, he got a glove. It is what it is. 6'6", 250 pounds, Penn State tight end, 104 receptions last season, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Now, if we're looking at what happened in 23, not a lot of opportunities, but still very, very productive. We're adding in 7 touchdowns, even though he wasn't receiving a lot of targets. So at 10, Tyler Warren out of Penn State. For round 2, pick number 39, I think that the Chicago Bears add on to the depth of the offensive line. And they are going to take Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State. This is an interior O-lineman who could probably provide the Chicago Bears a little bit more confidence in that offensive line, especially with some injury concerns to guys like Jonah Jackson. And you're going to have to coach this young player up, but I believe he brings a lot to the team. If they were able to snag him up, there is a possibility that he might be gone before the Chicago Bears select him at 39 in that second round, but it gives the Chicago Bears more O-line depth to develop young players at a guy that's 6'4" and 300 pounds. You go ahead and you get Donovan Jackson. Now, we'll throw in an honorable mention. If Derek Harmon out of Oregon is there, which I don't believe he will be there, you snatch him up. But They might not even do that because you just paid Grady Jarrett. You just got Dio. So yeah, I say they attack the offensive line a little bit more. Now, just a few picks later, I have with the 41st pick in the second round. This might throw you off your rocker, but it's my draft. You make your own down in the box below. I got the Chicago Bears grabbing some reassurance from when Kevin Byard has to fade out, when Jaquan Brisker and you got his injury concerns. And I will say this, Chicago Bears, as the Chicago Bear fans, as the Chicago Bears continue to improve, we're going to lose some players that we love. We love Jaquan Brisker. I'm a huge fan of his. But if you're talking about Jalen Johnson getting that bag, Dio just getting that bag, Montez Sweat already got a bag, Tremaine Edmonds already has his bag, you got to get some reassurance on that back end, because I still think that Tyreek Stevenson has some game left and he's going to do much better than what we've seen this past season with Al Harris. So I have the Chicago Bears with the 41st pick in the second round taking safety Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. Look, 82 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and then a couple interceptions. Look, if you go down and you watching Xavier Watts, I like his physicality. I like his football IQ coming out of one of the premier universities in Notre Dame, being coached up by Marcus Freeman. The Chicago Bears had some interest from Coach Freeman, and I would imagine that they had conversations about some of the players that are entering the draft from his program, and I would imagine that a conversation had to be had about Xavier Watts. This is a draft right now in 2.0 that the Chicago Bears start not only thinking about the now, but the future. So at 41, if he's there, Xavier Watts. I like his ball skills. I like his physicality and his football IQ. Now, I'm only doing 3 rounds. So in the third round, with the 72nd pick, the Chicago Bears select Cam Skattebo out of Arizona State. I still think that the Chicago Bears believe that DeAndre Swift could give them something. I don't necessarily believe that if Ashton Jeanty is gone, which I expect him to be, you still address your running back room. And what better way to address your running back room with a damn monster in Cam Skattebo? 293 rushes last season for 1,700 yards and 605 receiving yards with 45 receptions. That man, I seen everything I needed to see after having a solid year. But when it all mattered, my man was on the sideline throwing up and still out there running like a man with his hair on fire. We talking about power. We talking about a guy that can go out there and get the extra yard and a half, the other 2 yards that you absolutely need in some clutch moments. Got good balance on his body. Got good strength in the legs. This man, if the Chicago Bears can pick him up, I think he will be a good number 2 to DeAndre Swift and become a fan favorite, because he's going to put people on their ass if they don't come in tackling the right way. And he's going to run hard every single time that he receives the ball. Now, I know people are going to still be live and well for Rojo, but quite frankly, Bobby's opinions on Rojo, look, I still think he got some game in him, but I need some reassurance. We can't just bank off, you know what I'm saying, other guys. And I still do believe that Ben Johnson wants his guys to come in and play with some physicality. These guys that's on my draft 2.0, physicality. Tyler Warren, you don't want to tackle this man. He don't even want you to tackle him. He will truck you. Donovan Jackson, physical at the point of attack. Xavier Watts, another physical player. Cam Skattebo rounds out the physicality that I believe that he'll bring and all these other players will bring to the Chicago Bears that don't want to make it easy on these guys. Ben Johnson does not want to make it easy. It's going to be hard to figure out how we're going to play, but I'd rather have guys in here that bring more physicality than guys that's just more finesse and all that stuff. Give me the guys that I put on my draft board. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about it, and then we'll chop it up and see where it leads. But that's rounds off the first 3 rounds of the picks for me and the Chicago Bears and Bobby's 2.0. Tyler Warren in the first round. The second round, Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State, Xavier Watts from Notre Dame. And then in that third round, you get a guy that's going to run like a man with his hat on fire, and you better get low if you're trying to tackle him, and Cam Skattebo. But that is it. Let me know your thoughts and everything down below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And y'all already know, for sure, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, for sure.